a CBS 11 special presentation from Sundance Square, live at the Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival.
Hello and welcome to our Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival special on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. I'm Keith Garvin.
It is gorgeous out here. I'm Lisa Pineiro. So glad you're with us. I'll tell you what, get comfortable because for the next hour, we're going to show you the best of the fest. There is so much going on out here on this gorgeous, gorgeous Saturday, 63 degrees outside. We've got over 200 artists at this festival.
That's right. There's artists. We're going to have performances. There's also lots of food as well. Already at this hour in the morning, 11 o'clock, we already see hundreds of people who are down here in downtown Fort Worth, ready for this is the 27th Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival, and a really, really just awesome show. Every year is great. I mean, this is the third rated arts festival in the entire country.
In the entire country,
yeah, and number one in the entire state. We were talking to a few artists before we went on about an hour ago, and they were telling us how difficult it is just to get in every single year. And so this is, not only is it great for the artists themselves, but it's great for families, and it's great for anybody out here in North Texas. And people really come from all around the state actually to take part, because it's a fantastic event.
And you know, you kind of skipped over the food real quickly. You know how I like to sort of sit on that topic a little bit? Bring your appetites. There is so much food out here. Great stuff to eat, fantastic things to see, performances. And did you know it's free? It's been free for...
It's been free, I think, all 27 years. Yes, yeah. 27 years. So again, we're going to be up here tonight until 11 o'clock. Tomorrow, it runs from 10 o'clock until 8 o'clock at night. And remember, as we said, attendance is free. And so you want to get down here because the weather is going to be great. You know, yesterday, we had a little bit of some storms during the day, but in the evening, it got really, really great. That was all the weather we're going to have this weekend in terms of rain. Beautiful day, beautiful weekend, so get on out here, please.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, compared to last year, it's a little cooler, which was nice. Last year, it got kind of warm. So, yeah, just a perfect day to come out here and take advantage of this fantastic festival. I'll tell you, it is a little bit of a problem sometimes to get around down here, though.
Because as we mentioned, every year, thousands of people come to downtown for the Arts Festival, and that is a little bit of a problem because parking gets difficult to find.
Yeah, so Jeff Ray ran around finding your options, and literally, he went running around. Take a look.
The 26th annual Main Street Arts Festival is in the heart of downtown Fort Worth. You don't want to miss it. It's one of the best art festivals in the country, and you don't want to ignore the advice of festival organizers.
Don't drive. You don't have to drive. They'll have 100,000 people here this weekend, and there's lots of art, lots of room, but there'll be big crowds too. 100,000
people and lots of closed streets. Let's take that advice. There are options.
One of those options, take the bus. The T will drop you right here at the Intermodal. The art festival is only 3 blocks away. You can take the Trinity Railway Express. They're going to run a special schedule on Sundays. You can ride your bike down here. The Bike Association will corral your bike for free. We're early. If you do take a car, you can park in the parking garages. There's 3 of them, and parking is free, but they fill up fast. And if the parking garages fill up, you can park over here by Billy Bob's. They're running a shuttle out of here every 20 minutes.
Molly the Trolley is free and does a big loop around the entire festival, including a stop at the Intermodal train and bus station.
No matter how the wind carries you here, once you're here, plan to do a lot of walking. But there is so much to see. It's so worth it. Reporting from the Main Street Art Festival, I'm Jeff Ray.
And we love Jeff Ray. He's a biker, a little bit of a runner too, so he's in shape. He can do that running around.
I was going to say, I'm tired just watching him. Hey, once you get down here, there is a Main Street iPhone app that you can use to get around, so you definitely want to bring your smartphone with you.
Yes, our arts and entertainment reporter, Sandy Newton, is here in downtown Fort Worth with us to show us that. Hey, Sandy.
Hey guys, well you know I am in heaven, right? There is amazing art here, and you know what? It does go all the way from the convention center to the courthouse. That's about 9 blocks, and as always, they have their handy dandy guide, but may I say, this is kind of old school because last year, for the very first year, they did come up with their, and I've got to pull this up real quick because it just stopped, but look at this, an app for that, of course. This is the 2012 app for the Fort Worth Main Street Arts Festival. You can find everything, and you know what? Shirley's going to join me here now. You're right, it's been around since 1986. Shirley, if you'll come join me. Shirley's been here for 16 years. I'm in the information booth, lost and found, and tell me, Shirley, it's gotten very high tech. As a matter of fact, what are people asking for?
Well, we're wanting everybody to friend us on Facebook mainly, and we also have some brochure-like things here where you come down here and scan your smartphone.
There you go.
And they can get all the information they need right there on their smartphone.
That's fantastic. So are you on Twitter and Facebook, Shirley?
Yes, yes.
I like to hear that.
We got the new thing here called Pinterest, too.
Pinterest, that's right.
I'm not really familiar with that, but, you know, a lot of people are. So we've got all kinds of things, and you can go to YouTube and see a lot of different things that are going on down here, too.
We are social networking like crazy, aren't we? This is great. So there you have it. You have a Facebook, you have a Twitter, you can go to Pinterest, you got YouTube, and of course, you have got that fabulous app. And there you go. And you can scan it, or you can just pull it up. I'm not going to be able to pull it up right now because my password didn't work, but there's also the old school guide, which a lot of folks like, right?
Yeah, they do. I mean, because there's some people that really don't have smartphones, so we do have all the information in there. And if you're coming down here to hit concerts or anything like that, all the information's in there.
Perfect. Thank you, Shirley, and thanks for your 16 great years. Lisa, what do you think? Old school, the app. What are you going to use this year?
Oh, Sandy, I got to go with the app. I love when there's an app for that. And you know, when you get on that app, it's going to tell you about all the performances. And as we said before, over 300 performances at this year's festival. Next to me here, this is Glenn. Glenn is one of the performers, El Glendo Grande, actually.
El Glendo Grande.
El Glendo Grande. Tell us about your act and then about your experience here at the festival.
Well, I do a spoof of a traditional equestrian circus act. And I guess this is my third time here.
One-man show.
One-man show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I perform both on the street and on the performance arts stage at 5th and Main.
What's your favorite? Do you like being on the street and walking around talking to people?
Well, we did a show at 2nd and Main yesterday that was like 17-mile-an-hour winds. It was like a wind tunnel.
Right.
It was not what you would think would be conditions good for a show, but it was hysterical. It was really quite good fun.
So El Gleno Grande gave a great show, huh?
Yes, he did.
I'd
like to say so. Sure, I'll show you a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. Easy. Okay. Whoa. Steady. Whoa.
Should I stay out of the way?
Okay. You're in no danger. Be careful. All right. Here we go. Easy. Whoa. Steady. Whoa, big fella. Easy now. All right. Steady. Easy. Okay. Can you hear me all right? I'm feeling a little hoarse.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
You know,
okay.
I didn't know your legs
All
were
right.
so short.
Oh, well, yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. Could you do me a favor and take that fence over there and put it right down here? See that little fence on the table?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put it down right there.
Right here?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, all right, here we go.
He's a jumper. Watch out.
Okay, here we go. Sigfrido, fence number 1. He's ready. Okay, here we go. Okay, get up, boy. Come on, here we go. Come on. Ha! Get! Come on. Get! Come on, big fella. Here we go. Come on. Ha! Get up now. Come on, big fella. Here we go. Come on. Get. You don't find that amusing? They love that in Lubbock. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. All right, here we go. You know what to do. If we make this, I want everybody to give me a big ole. Here we go. Let's try that right now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was pathetic. Let's try it again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That's better. Here we go. Come on, big fella. You can do it. Here we go. Come on, boy. You can do it, big fella. Here we go. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you very much. Thank you.
It doesn't get better than that.
Lisa, oh my gosh, quite the performance. I would tell you to ask him for a ride, but the zebra looks like he might be a little drunk, and I don't want him to pass out. So we'll pass that. But boy, just one example of the great performances that you can get when you come out here to the Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival. All right, our chief meteorologist, Larry Mowry, is also out here. And Larry, you know, we never, ever blame our meteorologists when the weather's bad. But before we're done here today, can I shake your hand for this beautiful forecast you've given us for today, this weekend?
Yeah, this is wonderful, Keith. I tell you, this is one of the nicest weather scenes we've seen for the Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival, and we're going to have a beautiful day today. And I'm here in our little CBS11 area, right at Main and 3rd, right near Sundance Square. And this is the place where you can get something free. You can get a free caricature drawing of your kids, of yourself, and we've got some great artists who will be with us here all day today and also all day tomorrow. Tim Griggs is drawing a picture right now, and Tim, beautiful work here. Tell me a little bit about where you learned how to draw caricatures.
Well, I just kind of picked it up. I started at Six Flags in Arlington when I was 16, and then I moved down to Galveston. I worked down there for several years, and now I've moved back here after Hurricane Ike, back to Fort Worth.
Is it something you just start doing, or did you have some training?
They had like informal classes back then at Six Flags. The guy named Bob Pate taught me how to do it. They just they show you a few tricks and throw you out in the water and see who can swim.
Sure.
Yeah.
And now, how long does it take? Now, let me introduce this guy here. Tell me your name, buddy.
Leo.
Leo, and you got a baseball game later on today, right? So you're all dressed up in your baseball gear, right?
Sir.
You
Yes,
ready?
sir.
And what position do you play?
I usually play third base and short.
Third base and short. Okay. And Tim, for somebody like Leo, how long does it take to draw something like this?
About 5 minutes per person.
Okay. And what's your favorite to draw? A kid, an adult, a family?
I like couple. I like everybody. It's couples are nice, kids are good. They're a lot of fun. Everybody.
Doesn't matter, right? It's all good? Okay, well, this is wonderful work. And like I said, we've got several artists here drawing caricatures for us here today, and we'll have more here tomorrow. We've got a little bit of a line formed, and the line only takes maybe 15, 20 minutes to get through. So if you come on down here to the Arts Festival, you can get in line and get yourself a free caricature. And they're really amazing work. And I'm going to try to get in line here, too, as well, and get a caricature drawn of myself, because maybe they'll put some clouds and some lightning bolts in it, too. That might be kind of cool.
That would be very cool for our chief meteorologist. All right, Larry.
Let's go do that too.
I think we should, yeah. We'll see what they come up with. All right, good stuff there. All right, Larry, thank you so much. All right, we're going to come back in just a few minutes, but we're going to be interviewing one of the many performers out here. Again, more than 300 performers out here. That includes the UT Arlington Jazz Ensemble.
Oh, they sound great.
Yeah, a little taste as they take us out to break. Welcome back to our Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival special here at CBS 11. We are in downtown Fort Worth. Not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful weather. Nice cool temperatures. Already hundreds of people here in downtown Fort Worth for this absolutely fabulous event.
So much activity. You know, while you're talking, I've got my eye over there on the German kettle popcorn tent.
There's so much food, yeah.
I'll be making my way over there at some point today.
I'll be there as well.
This festival has been going on almost 30 years.
Yeah, it's been growing since the 1980s. CBS 11's Joel Thomas has more on the history of the festival.
You know, after 27 years, this is what we come to expect out here at the Arts Festival. See plenty of artwork, plenty of people walking around. Nobody really scared about safety or anything. But you've got to remember, when this show started back in the middle 80s, this was a place you did not want to be.
Downtown about 27, 30 years ago, downtown Fort Worth was a place that, you know, like a lot of downtowns at that time, was in need of some assistance.
It's hard to imagine now, but at that time you had to convince people it was safe and there was reason enough to come downtown. Robert Bass and friends put together the idea of a festival and hired Delbert McClinton to entertain for the first show.
And then the artists were all lined up in little pavilions along the street, multicolored pavilions that were constructed just for this purpose.
Between 80 and 100,000 people turned out for that first fest. There were about 140 artists. Each year's festival was marked by its own poster, and each year the festival grew. It's now a $30 million weekend for the city, and it's changed downtown so much, the festival had to change how it does business.
It evolves. You know, what happens is there's different directors for the show. You know, I think that what they do now is they pay very, very careful attention to the music, it's the right levels.
That's right, the festival has to keep its noise down because now people are not only visiting downtown, they're living here.
When we started the event, we would go take the music until 11:30 or 12 at night, and it didn't really matter because, I mean, the only people who were down here were the ones enjoying the music.
The Arts Festival this weekend will do better in one day than the first Arts Festival did over its entire weekend. And they'll bring in about $4 million worth of art sales and bring $30 million into the economy. Joel Thomas, CBS 11 News.
All right, welcome back. We are out here. When you get out here, you of course see all of the sights. You see the art, beautiful day out here. But one of the first things you also get a sense of is just all the great food that's out here. It smells so good. There are 23 different restaurants that are out here. They include for 3 main areas, and that includes Schmidt's German Village. We have joining us now John Schmidt and Carla Epler from Schmidt's German Village, all the way from Columbus, Ohio. Thanks for joining us, both of you. And this again is your 15th year. You said you've been here.
15th year, yes.
And what are some of the great ingredients and great meals that you guys have for the folks who are going to step by?
We have the Bahama Mama and German potato salad sauerkraut. Bahama Mama is a spicy smoked sausage.
Now, how do you get Bahama Mama from a German village?
My grandfather named it. I can't explain.
Okay, but it tastes good, I guess.
Oh, it's delicious. Everybody loves it. And then we have our jumbo cream puffs, which are famous all over the world. They are wonderful. It's a combination of vanilla pudding and whipped cream, and it's really light in a pastry shell.
Oh, that sounds so good. Carla, what makes you all come back to this particular festival year in and year out?
It's a great festival. The people here are just so friendly. It's kind of like being at home, and you would be amazed at how many transplanted Columbus folks there are.
Wow.
Here. When we first came, we weren't sure people would know Schmitz, and probably about 60% of our customers came running to the booth. Are you the real Schmitz, the one from Columbus,
wow.
the one I went to when I was in Ohio State? And we just keep coming back for the fun and the camaraderie with everyone.
So people know Schmitz for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, and how big is the undertaking to be able to get all this food down here and get down here and provide it? Like, how big is your staff? How many people do you bring down?
We bring 5 people, and we work very, very hard. We drive down 1,100 miles.
Wow.
And then when it's over, we drive home.
And we have to be really good at guessing because it's all our own products. So we have to have the right amount in the truck. We can't just run out to Sam's Club and pick something up. So
of course.
when I throw my magic dart, I have to be really accurate.
We want to make sure it's fresh and good, and boy, it certainly smells like it is. And we're going to get a taste of that and so much more. John Schmidt, Carla Epler from Schmidt's German Village. Thanks so much for joining us. 15 years. Wow, good stuff.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Look forward to tasting that. Lisa, back to you.
I was going to say, why aren't you tasting it? No more food segments from you. I'll get down there and taste it. All right, Keith, thank you. We are going to be back in a moment. We're going to take a quick break. In the meantime, we want to give you another listen to the UT Arlington Jazz Ensemble, one of the many, many performances that you'll see here at the Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival. Back in a moment. You didn't really think I would run right on down there and get food, did you?
And she, of course, forced this on me. I didn't want any part of this, right? Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, good food again. Just 3 different food areas out here, 23 different restaurants, including that Schmidt's German Village. I can't remember what this is called, but it's good, I guarantee you.
You know, I feel like we've got the good gig up here. Sandy Newton's here with us, too. She is in downtown Fort Worth. And, Sandy, you're talking all about the kids right now.
Yeah, Fort Worth ISD students have some art out here as well, right?
That's right. You know, there's amazing student art here. We're in the Main Street Creates area, but we're going to talk about some good kids first in Art Meets the River. And joining us is J.D. Granger. Hey, J.D., tell us about this exciting event, which really combined 3 Tarrant County colleges.
Yes, we have a wonderful event this year. It's our 2nd annual art competition, but this year we took it to a new level. This year we decided, instead of doing art that's placed near the river, let's do something that's in the river to really celebrate the right way. So we went and provided 3 teams, a very large block of styrofoam the size of a minivan, and gave them 6 weeks to produce something fantastic.
That's fantastic. And JD, we have the winning guys right here. Hey guys, I like that little shout out. You can text TCCTR to 22333. There's a week and a half left of voting. And JD, tell me now, this of course is really fully green, you said.
It is. There are blocks of styrofoam. We have a wonderful substance called polyurea that each one of these blocks are coated in. And with that, it's a very green substance that also keeps our river very clean. And with that, it's a new substance, but these teams actually performed and far exceeded all of our expectations. The first place team is Tarrant County College, Trinity River campus. The second place team is actually Tarrant County College Northeast campus. And third place, judged by the judges, was UTA.
That's fantastic. So it's great to see all these big kids providing some artwork. We know we see the little ones behind here in Main Street Creates because they come out in all ages. But this is really fantastic, and I know it's a community effort.
It is. It's actually very much in mind for the little kids too. It's supposed to be very vibrant, very fun, make people want to really enjoy the river. Our biggest problem right now is keeping the kids off of it. Everybody wants to play out like a jungle gym.
That's so true. Well, thanks, JD. And don't forget, there is a week and a half left of voting, so make sure your vote counts. I'll throw it back to you guys. And next up, we are going to talk about some of the littlest artists here at the Main Street Fort Worth Art Festival.
Oh, and that's some of the best art. All right, Sandy, thanks so much. Can't wait to see that in person. All right, also out here, not just the artists in terms of the sculptures and everything else, but we also have musical artists as well.
Many of them, yes.
Yeah, and that includes the UTA Jazz Ensemble led by Tim Ishii. Tim, tell us how many guys you have out here and what kind of music are you guys doing?
Well, we're a jazz combo. It's a sextet, and they're named after the founder of the jazz program, Dan Burkholder. So this is the Dan Burkholder Jazz Combo.
Always great to see students out here doing their thing, loving their art. We're going to let you guys play us to break, and we're going to have a longer interview coming up in a few minutes. But take us to break.
All right.
Now a CBS 11 special presentation from Sundance Square, live at the Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival.
Hello and welcome to our Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival special on this beautiful Saturday morning. I'm Keith Garvin.
And I'm Lisa Pineiro. So glad you're with us this morning. Hopefully your plans today include coming on down here because the weather is gorgeous. It is 63 degrees. There's really not a cloud in the sky. And the air is just filled with the smell of food.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. The food is so good. We've been able to sample a little bit, and that's just the beginning. But already so many families, so many people out here, hundreds of folks already down here in downtown Fort Worth getting ready, actually taking part in this awesome festival, which of course is the third highest rated in the entire country, #1 in the state of Texas. But there's the food, there's the art. We're also going to have musical performances, just a lot of stuff out here today.
You know, and we said that there are hundreds of people down here already, but you know, it's really not so crowded that you can't walk around and enjoy yourself. So if you're worried that it's going to be too crowded for that, don't be. It's just perfect down here.
Yeah. Oh, very nice. Yeah, and speaking of perfection, again, we can't say enough about this forecast. Our chief meteorologist, Larry Mowry, is also out here today. Nice and cool and also sunny. Larry, thank you so much.
Yeah, a little breeze too.
Yeah, the breeze really helps out. It's making for a beautiful day today. Our forecast, and I'll go ahead and show you our forecast here before I show you some of this beautiful artwork behind me. We've got sunny skies in the forecast for the rest of today. Temperatures will warm into the mid to low 70s this afternoon. Just gorgeous weather with that light breeze out of the north. Tomorrow, another beautiful day too. Lots of sunshine, temperatures just a little bit warmer, but still pretty nice with highs running in the low 80s during the afternoon tomorrow. But no rain in the forecast this weekend. That's great news for everybody here at the festival. And joining me right now is Stephen Sebastian, who's got some beautiful artwork. Stephen, tell me again how many years you've been coming here to Fort Worth?
Oh, I discovered the Fort Worth Arts Festival recommendations from other artists about 12 years ago, and I'm from North Carolina, so it's a pretty good haul to come out here. But it's become one of my favorites. I do about 8 a year across the country, and this is one of the ones I do in the Southwest, and I look forward to it every year. Fort Worth's a great place to come.
Yeah, well, it's great to have you here. And tell me a little bit about this piece here, because this, first off, is just beautiful. Tell me a little about what was your inspiration.
Well, my son's a naval architect up in Newport, Rhode Island, and we'll go out and we will use one of his company's boats, and we'll go out and catch the classic regattas, and we'll just follow them. And every now and then we're able to actually get the weather just right where we can really get some action shots like this. And I will shoot reference photographs out. I'll go back to my studio in North Carolina then and paint later. Yes.
And you were telling me you're on a little boat just kind of bouncing up and down trying to take pictures?
We get permission from the boat and all that, you know, they don't mind us following and so forth. But we usually have a small boat, and I'm there and it's beating us to death, and I'm usually black and blue just from following it. And of course I'm trying to use a camera, and I probably shoot more of the sky and the water then, but every now and then I catch the boat. Yes.
Quickly tell me about this piece of work too, because I love scenes of clouds and this is the ocean. Is this, tell me where this is from.
Yes, I love the Outer Banks of North Carolina because we can go down and just drive on the beach, and I love I've seen that scene many times, and that's actually a setting of sunset on Ocracoke Island, North Carolina, just south of Cape Hatteras, which most people are familiar with. But yeah, just a late sunset, and the cloud formation was just like that.
Wonderful. Stephen, thank you very much for talking with us here today. And boy, beautiful work and just one of the many wonderful artists you'll see down here at the Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival. And you know, you walk the streets, Keith and Lisa, and you see all these wonderful pictures, and I'm drawn to all the pictures of the clouds because there's wonderful weather scenes everywhere you go.
Kind of makes sense, yeah. And I lived out in North Carolina for about 5 years and went to a lot of those spots that he is depicting, and he has it spot on. Looks really good, looks really realistic, and so again, just one of the many artists out here that people are going to be able to find and get a taste of really everything. That's right.
You know, the Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival is rated as one of the top arts festivals in the nation, number 3, I believe, in the entire country. And many people from all over the country proudly display their work here. It's hard to get into.
It is. Yeah, but there's one pair of artists who will not have to book hotel reservations, and they are as excited about this festival as any other one.
From the heat of the flames to the fine detail of the finishing process,
I'm just preparing this a little bit.
ceramic artist Pamela Summers relishes crafting her sculptures for the Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival. She's been preparing for about the past 3 months. At this point, Summers has hit what she calls her creative zone.
It's just bliss. It's my blood pressure goes down. That's what I strive for. And if I'm lucky, the art that I make is as beautiful as the way it makes me feel.
Summers has a good feel for the festival. Not only is she a hometown artist, she's been participating since 1986. She's created about 250 pieces for this year's show and is confident they'll attract lots of attention.
I've reached the point of my craft where I can make things successfully, and I can usually make what's in my mind's eye.
Her home is a double display of what crowds will get a chance to buy.
These are some examples of some of the new textures that I'm putting on the pots.
Husband Raymond Rains will have his glass art for sale.
These are some new things that I've done.
Rains has exhibited his work at the festival for the past 7 years. He looks forward to the festival because he says his art usually sells out. He credits his unique touch.
I kind of do my own thing, and I don't follow all the traditional glass blowing techniques.
2 different artists, 2 different genres, but one common love displayed at this year's festival. Keith Garvin, CBS 11 News.
All right, Summers and Rains are not only exhibiting artists, they are also members of the Artist Advisory Committee for the festival. And they, of course, are local. They're from right here in Fort Worth, but a lot of the artists come from all over the country. And Lisa is with one particular artist who has a pretty unique source for his art. Lisa.
That's right, Keith. You know, I was going to say, artwork isn't just something that you hang on your walls or have in your home or even in your yard. It's something that you wear also. So with me now is Harry Roa from Sarasota, Florida. Glad to see you here today.
Thank you. We're so happy to be back.
Now, talk to us about some of your creations. You actually won the Merit Award last year.
Yes, we did.
Here at the festival.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. My pieces are basically in gold, and I work with the different alloys to get the different colors. Everything, they're like sculptures.
They're beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Can I, do you mind if
Definitely.
I ruin your camera shot here and put some of these on? Of course, look at the thing that I put it on. I'm such a girl.
That is a piece that I call the Crosstown.
That is so pretty.
It's a very sculptural piece. It's inspired by actually a building that I saw in Atlanta.
And do you use diamonds or
diamonds?
zirconia?
Yeah. I use diamonds, and I also use other precious metals. Other precious stones.
This is a real diamond?
The large one's a white topaz, the small one's a diamond.
I was going to say, that's kind of big.
Definitely. Yeah.
What does a piece like this sell for?
A piece like that is $2,500.
$2,500. That's beautiful, and the cool thing about it is you're not going to see this on anybody else.
No,
ever.
They're one of a kind.
Yeah, and do you have people draw designs for you, like if they have something in mind?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I do a lot of commission work when I come out to these shows. I've actually had people from the Dallas-Fort Worth area that would come see me in Sarasota, Florida, because I have a studio and a gallery back home.
Now, do you get mostly people who are looking for a unique wedding set, or do you get more people that just want some cool, funky piece of jewelry that nobody else has?
Both, really.
Because this is very, very different.
That is
this
a
goes
gorgeous
on,
piece.
What,
Yeah, it's a
2
two-finger
fingers?
ring. It's a 2-finger ring. It's very comfortable.
You gotta get used to that.
Yeah, it's a real cool design. It's a beautiful Tahitian pearl, and I just designed it so it just kind of floats in between the 2 fingers. Makes a statement.
That is so different, Harry. Thank you so much for sharing some of your designs with us. I promise I won't walk away with this one. I'll give it back.